Okay, all
It's
right.
done. What's done is done. People look.
Like
There have been
And welcome to Sports Talk on the Friday night edition. We got a great show lined up for you. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, and along with my good friend, the producer of the show, Big Don from Big Don Production. What's up, Don?
Everything's good.
Everything is good. I know it is, brother. Sitting back, I see you sitting back, relaxing, ready to
Yeah.
get going. All the way we have my man Larry. Now, where you at, Larry? Where you said you at?
I'm in Florida. I'm in Gainesville.
You're in Florida. All
Florida.
right,
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Got Larry all the
Gainesville,
way
Florida.
Gainesville, Florida. And we have our sports legend, Anthony McLean. What's up, Anthony?
doing good. Doing good.
Doing good. I know you are. And another legend, my man, Bruce Austin. What's up, Bruce? How you doing?
Everything's beautiful, brother. New York, let's
New
go.
York, New York, New York. And I know Big Larry. You got your audio on, Larry, or what? So he don't hear. Okay, we're gonna move on. But Larry, I was telling your dad last night. I'm gonna need a picture from you. And I got Anthony pictured. I'm putting on the intro on the video, man. Get you, cause you guys part of the show. So we gotta work on that as well, man. But hey, Bruce, let me start with you. That OG shot. I know Anthony talking a little junk now about the title. The OG shot, was that a little luck on this side or what?
I mean, you might look at it as luck because you never jumped that high before. See, you don't know nothing about tapping nothing there. You shooting jumping.
I saw a lot of guys make taps and a lot of men go in.
Hey man, yeah, but a lot of them. It's a lot of them that do go in.
That noise there.
I mean, he was up there now. I mean, you could call it. It could go either way. You could call it anything you want. I said he went up there and did it. It ain't like he shot an 80-foot jumper and got a little luck going in. That was just a tap in. You know what I mean? I wouldn't necessarily call it luck. You know what I'm saying?
Lucky play. Was it lucky play?
Nah, it's called out hustling everybody and wanting them more.
That's what it is. He out hustled everybody.
You guys got
Hey Jerry, how you gonna call a tap in luck?
You guys got a little ring now, and all of a sudden now I got on head. That's why I said I'm gonna have to shut this show down. You guys got a little ring. You got these big heads now. Bruce,
I hope you close to that couch.
Bruce, I saw lucky plays in my day. I mean, it was a good one though. It was a good one. What you gonna say, Larry? Go ahead, Larry.
Now I was just saying he wanted it more. He out hustled everybody. He jumped higher. Like it was determination. It was grit. It was what our team been based upon all year. It wasn't nothing new. It wasn't nothing surprising.
Wow. Okay. Go ahead, Anthony.
I mean, if you look at the whole play, he was basically backing up in case Brunson missed. The fact that he was there, I wouldn't take anything away from the fact that he put himself in the position to either win or lose it. So if you want to call it luck, so be it. But he put himself in that position to be there, and considering the four Spurs players that were standing there, it was a great play. I don't think luck had anything to do with it.
All right, go ahead, Don.
I have to agree with the rest of the panel. He was standing out there. The lane was wide open. And I don't know how much tapping you did in your days, but that was a very good tap, and there was no way it was luck. He ran down a wide open lane, jumped in the air. I was a pretty good tapper myself, so I ain't going to say no way that was luck. It didn't look like luck. It's just a wide open lane. Nobody blocked him out. He went there, and it was actually a free tap, looked like.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Larry said, he out hustled everybody.
When I mean luck, let me rephrase it a little bit too. Then I remember when Robert Horry got the shot when Shaq and Kobe was going for the ball against Sacramento, and they tapped the ball out. Robert Horry picked it up and he shot it and it went in. Great shot.
That was no luck. That was no luck. They tapped it out to him, and he took the shot, and it went in. He was aiming to make
and
that shot.
He did it his whole career. That's called practice.
Was
That
aiming
ain't
to
no
make
luck.
that shot, Bruce? Answer me.
Okay.
Bruce, was he aiming to make that shot, Robbie Orr? Or was he just throwing it in the air?
What's his nickname? What's his nickname?
Big Shot Bob.
That ain't luck. When you get a name like that means you consistently doing it.
Them guys tapped the ball out to him. He was standing there. The shot was wide open. Nobody had a hand in his face. And he aimed to make that shot, and he made it.
Yeah, same thing John Paxson and Steve Kerr was doing for Michael Jordan. They knocked that shot down.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm not disagreeing on that. Larry, you all right? Oh, come on, Big Larry. You got to come back on. All right, I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna pick on OG, man. That was a great shot. That was a great tapping. All right, I'll give you all that.
Yeah, it's hard to call. It's hard to call a tap in luck.
All right, we're gonna get to football too in a few. Wait till Larry come back on. Donald, the greatest Nick. They're trying to start this now. Clyde Frazier or Jalen Brunson, they're trying to start it, man. I don't know why they're trying to pit these two guys against each other. Who you think, Don? Who you got?
Well, I already told who I got. I'm going with Brunson all day, every day. Because I like the fact of what he did for the team. I'm going with the whole package. You know, how he came there, how he was willing to turn down money, to put his team together, to go for the win. I didn't see that in Patrick Ewing, and I didn't really see it in Frazier, the attitude that he had on becoming there and making the Knicks a winning franchise. I mean, Patrick Ewing was the second highest paid player in the league and never turned one raise down and never gave a dime back. So I can't put him over Brunson.
Okay, what about you, Bruce? The greatest Nick right now.
That's just like trying to say who the GOAT is. I say he's one of the greats. Because everybody gonna have a different opinion about who they think. This generation here, they definitely ain't gonna say Clyde or Patrick. They're gonna say Brunson.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I'm part of this generation.
Yeah, but I say he's gonna be one of the greats. He's one of the greats. Just like Willis Reed, one of the greats. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it.
What about you, Anthony?
I'd say Clyde because he was basically part of all three. He was a broadcaster for this year, and he played on the other two championships. So yeah, I'll go with Clyde.
You go with Clyde, all right. What about you, little Larry, or Larry, Big Larry, or?
He one of the greatest. If we talking about impact, I think he done had the biggest impact.
He won the championship. He won the championship,
and I think he the biggest star out of all of them, just because of social media and broadcasting and whatnot these days, TV rights and all that.
Yeah.
But far as
you got to give him all three of those.
Yeah. So I mean, he the
That's
biggest. He the biggest star, had the biggest impact. But just far as based off just raw talent and what he's done so far, he's up there. I wouldn't say he's the greatest, but he's one of the greatest. He may end up being the greatest if he can bring us another championship. But if he can get an MVP to his name.
Yeah, that's true. What about who am I missing? Larry. What about a guy like Bernard King? Where would you put him at, Bruce? Bernard King.
Bernard King, he didn't play with us long enough. I mean, if you look at his game alone, he's definitely one of the greats. But as of being a Knick, I think what he played 3-4 years for the Knicks?
4 years. I think 4. I want to say 4, like 4.5.
But one of those years he ain't played the whole year.
Well, how many years did Brunson play for the Knicks?
We're going on 6.
Brunson
came in 2017, I think 2018.
How many years he played with the Knicks?
Brunson was drafted in 18.
Yeah, he got drafted in 18.
How many years he played with the Knicks, though? About
21
years,
or 22.
Right? Going on his 4th year? Brunson?
Yeah. 4 years or so.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but he's still there, see.
Yeah, that's the
he got a chip.
Got rid of Bernard.
Yeah,
Bernard ain't getting no chip. The only thing, Bernard never got a chance to play with Pat.
Right.
And Patrick was in the same predicament Brunson in. He never had a superstar play with him.
That's true.
If they would have kept them together though, oh my God.
Oh yeah. I definitely wanted to see Pat and Bernard play at least 1 year. I think that's all he needed, man.
That would have been definitely a championship. I will agree with that. Bernard, man, he was unstoppable.
Yeah, man.
I would definitely agree with that. And, then you would have had a guy down the stretch to really go to with Bernard. I definitely would have liked that. But as far as I'm concerned, Brunson, he took the Knicks and put him on his back in every way he could.
Yeah. If you look at it like that, Brunson got the edge because he didn't really have no superstars with him either.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he was definitely the main focus of that team. You know what I mean?
He definitely was the main focus.
He was the main focus.
Nah, he had much better players than Patrick Ewing.
So you like to say that, but that's not really true. Who Brunson guy that's going into the Hall of Fame besides him?
Karl Anthony Towns going to Hall of Fame.
Maybe.
Ain't no maybe he going.
Ain't in no Hall of Fame, Jeff. We don't know if he's going or not. And if he do, it might take him another 20 years to get there.
But I think Towns will go. I think Towns will go.
Mikal Bridges is all-star status. OG Anunoby all-star status.
No,
Karl Anthony Towns superstar status.
When did Anunoby play in the All-Star? I missed it.
He deserved to just because he ain't get voted on. He ain't deserved to.
You guys are saying that, but that's not true. Patrick Ewing had a lot of great players with him. He was the one that didn't want to give up nothing to get no great players. You guys don't look at that.
No, I agree.
Some of that big money he was making, he could have got him some great players.
Hold up, I ain't doubt that. But back then they didn't have the salary cap like they had it. They could have spent that money to get more players.
Yeah, and Pat could have gave up some money and said, "I want some players."
He could have, but he didn't have them. I'm not saying that he didn't give up money. I agree with that.
Pat had some great players,
but he didn't have no great players with him. They seemed like they was great because they was playing in New York. They wasn't great. Look where they came from. They found John Starks in the grocery store bagging groceries. They got Anthony Mason off the street. They wasn't no first round draft picks. Everybody Jalen Brunson got on that squad was a first round pick. Patrick Ewing ain't had no first round picks playing with him.
Patrick Ewing had some great players playing with him. He just didn't win it.
Name them.
I'm trying to think. Grant was it Grant Hill?
You can't name Grant Hill ain't played. If he played with Grant Hill, he had a ring.
Huh?
I said if he would have played with Grant Hill, he would have had a ring. He ain't had no Grant Hill. I can't think of them
old guys now.
You can't even name none of them.
Players around him.
I can name every player he ever played with. None of them was that good.
Name some of them, and I'll tell you if they. I mean, Anunoby and all those guys are just coming into their own. You can't say he had better players than Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing just lost. Why don't you just put it like it is? He had a chance to win it. He didn't put the team on his back and take them all the way. That's the real bottom line right there. Don't blame it on the players around him.
Nobody do it by themselves.
It was Pat that missed that layup, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was also Pat that had him in the game to be able to be that close to miss the layup.
But you guys
nobody did it by themselves. Name one player that did it by themselves.
I ain't giving him no excuse for missing that layup. Talking about nobody did it by itself. He shouldn't have never missed that layup.
Give some money back. Give some money back.
We understand that part. We're not debating that, but I'm saying no one player ever did it by themselves.
Selfish. That's why they couldn't get no great players, and they did. The Knicks paid a lot of players a lot of money, and their players didn't come through for them. Help me out, Anthony.
Not when he was there.
They got paid big money for the Knicks.
Well, actually, it came down to either keeping Starks or keeping Mason. They wound up keeping Starks, and Mason had a decent career afterwards, but his best time was in New York. Charles Smith was brought on to be a big guy. Of course, Oakley.
Hold on. I ain't gonna let you. That ain't true. They traded Anthony Mason for Larry Johnson. That was a good trade. It wasn't a debate. And then we traded We turned around and traded John Starks for Latrell Sprewell.
Should have kept Sprewell.
That's how that played out. But yeah, by the time we got Sprewell, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby, players that could actually play, Patrick Ewing was washed up. His career was over already.
You're talking to a Knicks guy. I'm talking to a Knicks guy. Look like you're talking Knicks history right there. Go ahead, Larry.
You're telling it right, but I ain't giving Patrick Ewing no
all I'm saying is that Starks and Mason had their best times when they were in New York. After they left New York, they weren't the same.
Yeah, they weren't good. They weren't great players. They looked better because they were playing in New York with Patrick Ewing. They got both of them off the street. They weren't drafted.
The only thing Starks did was made that dunk on Michael Jordan. That's it. Okay, I mean,
he wasn't all-star, Jerry. He wasn't all-star, Jerry.
I mean, he wasn't
that's not a debate.
He wasn't no Dwayne Wade in them though. Patrick Ewing needed a Hall of Fame guard, which he never had.
Nah, he did. He had Mark Jackson, and they got rid of him.
And they traded him.
They traded him because they wanted Rod Strickland.
Because Jackson couldn't shoot. All he could do was pass. They wanted somebody that could shoot.
Mark Jackson wasn't no Dwayne Wade. He wasn't no Kobe Bryant. He wasn't no Isaiah Thomas. He wasn't no Steph Curry. He was a great player, Mark Jackson. He was all.
Yeah, but Mark Jackson was one of the last pure point guards.
Absolutely. And if they would have kept him, they'd have had a much better chance of getting the ring.
And he was on the Pacer team that eliminated them from the playoffs.
Yeah, Mark Jackson was pure point guard, and once Mark Jackson left, Patrick Ewing won't never the same.
Nope.
But Bruce, I'm not saying that Mark Jackson wasn't a great player. Only thing I'm saying, when I look at the great guards like Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but listen.
They're all scoring guards, not pure point guards.
The difference, right? The difference with that is they wasn't Jerry. The difference with that, they wasn't legitimate point guards. Mark Jackson was a legitimate point guard. That's the difference.
They need a shooting guard there.
He was like Mark Jackson was like Jason Kidd. Them guys were pure point guards. They weren't no combo players. And they were pure point guards. Everybody you named, Steph could be listed as shooting guard or point guard. So I call them guys combination guards.
Plus the fact that it's not Pat's fault that Riley refused to play Rolando Blackman as well,
or Hubert Davis.
See, two more superstars that they had.
They wasn't superstars. They were just better than John Starks.
Superstars.
There you go.
On the bench, right?
They weren't superstars. They were better than Starks.
But see, here's the thing, though.
The
one thing also with this, the one thing you also got to remember here, you don't have to have, you have to have a team. One of the reasons why those 86ers could never go anywhere was because they had these superstars, but they never could get out of their own way until they got like a Cheeks and got a Moses. And look at this Knick team here. Right now, they have guys that look to be future stars, future all-stars, future whatever. But end of the day, you've got to have a team. Now, the uniqueness of the 73 team was that you had 5 future Hall of Famers that started, and then basically 2 others coming off the bench. That's the difference. That's why that 73 team, in many ways, might be better than the first Knick team that won it because they had an all Hall of Fame starting 5. I will put it this way. I will always argue that the greatest backcourt of all time, even though they only played for 2 years, was Clyde and the Pearl.
I'll go along with that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll definitely go along with that because Earl the Pearl, he was a bad boy.
Yeah, I mean,
he was a bad boy.
You could definitely make an argument for Isaiah and Joe Dumars. You can make an argument for Steph and Klay Thompson. And it's again, you need if anything, this title proved, and in many ways, all 3 of the Knick titles, it's a team thing. It's good to have 1 or 2 superstars or future Hall of Famers, but at the end of the day, you need, you will always need an Anunoby. You will always need a McBride. You're always going to need an Alvarado and the other kid. The thing is, you can get to a certain level. I mean, to me, the 2 of the greatest final runs was AI taking that Sixer team to the finals and winning game 1, but then they just ran out of gas. And then LeBron's first final team with the Cavs, carrying guys like Boobie Gibson and Larry Hughes and Ilgauskas. They got to the finals with that team. I mean, you can get so far. You can get, but that's what I'm saying. you can only get so far with one superstar. At the end of the day, you gotta have a team.
Yeah, that's what I was saying though. That's exactly what I was saying.
And they still hold that against LeBron too, because he's 4-6 in the finals. They still hold that against LeBron.
Yeah, but that's only because of Mike.
Well, I'm just saying.
They use that. They use that just to make him look worse against Mike. That's all.
Yeah,
but it's not just, if I can speak on that though, and this ain't no biased opinion. It's not just that, because that first finals run he ain't had nobody, but ever since then he been playing with nothing but superstars.
All right,
and that's why they were so hard on him. You supposed to be
what about the
face of the league, but you want to go play and jump on Dwayne Wade coattail. Then when you see Kyrie get nice in Cleveland, now you pretend like you want to go back home. Then you jump shit.
I disagree with you.
After Kyrie left, now you want to go to LA.
He lost the 2 with Kevin Durant in Golden State as well. Okay, I mean, they wasn't going to beat that Golden State team.
They weren't going to beat that San Antonio team either.
All right, so those 4 championships that LeBron lost, the one in 2007 where he got swept, he wasn't going to win that. The 2 with Kevin Durant when he got swept in one of those, he wasn't going to win them 2 either. So that's 3 championships that you could say that LeBron James shouldn't have won. And even the one with Bruce about San Antonio in 2015 when Kawhi Leonard was the MVP with Tim Duncan and all them. Nah.
They should have won the one in Dallas though.
They should have won that. They should have won that one, Larry. And also that same Dallas team swept Kobe Bryant too. Don't forget that either. Before they beat Miami.
It's all relative because you can't do it alone. Look, we can make the argument what was Michael before Pippen and Grant got there as well.
Better believe
they don't talk about that. They just talk about LeBron and his failures. They don't talk about what.
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, it's funny how LeBron catches all that hell, but Jerry West was 1-8 in the final.
That's true.
And Jerry West is just the logo.
I never thought about that, Jerry West.
All I'm saying
is he was 1-8, Don. He was 1-8.
Thought about it.
But you know what his worst? But Anthony, you know what his worst loss was? Not so much to the Celtics, but he lost to the Knicks in 1970 because Bill Russell just retired. He lost 8 straight to the Celtics. Now Bill Russell retired, and this new Knicks team come along, and they beat you again. That's what really put Jerry West, he said, in almost a depression. Because in the way that they should have lost to the Knicks with Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain, and Jerry West. You lost to Russell 8 times straight. Now you're gonna lose to the Knicks. Oh my God, that really showed.
Well, and the one title that they had, they beat the Knicks. And Elgin Baylor only played Elgin Baylor, his knees had already deteriorated by them. But all I'm saying is, when there was a guy on ESPN, I guess, was trying to make it out like, winning because there's been 8 straight different champions that it's become a participation trophy. That's about as asinine a statement as you can make. You know how hard you have to do to get to a final. There are players who have played in their career and then you get to a final, and now you're talking about it being a participation thing. It's really crazy. It's been really crazy hearing all the criticism since the Knicks won it. I mean, maybe I'm a little sensitive to it because I'm a Knicks fan, but it's like, where was all this talk 53 years ago when as they were trying to do this?
No, I agree. 53 years. That's why I was telling y'all I was going with the Knicks just for that, because the Spurs already won 5 championships in 20 years under Tim Duncan. So I'm saying they already got 5, and they win another one, it'll be 6. And if Ray Allen didn't hit that shot against LeBron and them in Miami, they would have 6 rings then. I mean, the Knicks have won in 53 years. I'm going with the Knicks. I want to see the Knicks.
But we still not giving Brunson his respect though, because he scored half the points in Game 5. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did.
And they still not giving him respect like he deserved. They said a team thing. They ain't say nothing about him being great. You know what I'm saying?
No. You guys not giving him respect. Donald was saying that during the whole year that he was a superstar and he was the one that was carrying the boys. And you guys said, "Oh no, he got to get the ball up. He got to pass the ball more and all this."
Yeah, and we was right because look what happened.
You wasn't right in that last game, though, were you? The man had
we was right.
points by not passing the ball up.
Hey, like I always say, when a man is on fire, you make his arm fall off.
All right, so you wasn't right in that last game. You can count. You can say what you want, but you wasn't right in that last game.
When a man is on fire, you make his arm fall off. Let him shoot everything.
So see what Brunson did in Game 5. To me, he had that Michael Jordan mentality. And LeBron James, when he scored 45 against Boston, he was like this here. No, we're gonna close this thing out tonight. I'm not. Yeah, coach, I love my teammates, but no, I'm gonna make sure we win this game. He took it upon himself like a superstar would do, and he won that championship for them because he heard all the talk about who's gonna be the MVP, OG, Cat, or him. He was like, no, we're gonna close the thing out tonight, and I'm gonna close it out for the Knicks. He did what Clyde did in Game 7 against the Lakers, 36 points. He had 45 points. Jalen Brunson, he got all the respect for me, Larry. Because
I think because he wanted to end it there because he had nothing left. He had to shut it down then. You know what I'm saying? Because from Game 1, they tortured him, right? They stepped on him. His ankle was messing with him. So Game 5, he said he's gonna end it now. You know what I'm saying? He had no thought of going back to New York to close it out. He was
trying to play team ball though, Larry, because you guys would have said, "Oh man," because even his dad told him one time to pass the ball.
Yeah, right? But Jerry, do you agree that after that 4th game in Atlanta, the whole Knicks game plan changed? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. I agree.
All right, then that's what we was talking about.
Okay.
That's exactly what we was talking about. Let everybody. If they hadn't let everybody feel that ball, they'd have never got where they went. Now, in that 5th game, when he got it going like that, it's not nobody on this panel gonna tell him give that ball up.
No,
you know what I mean?
But let me say something to you guys. In that game against the Spurs, it happened before the 5th game when Bronson started shooting, especially down the stretch when he started taking over. They stopped that Townsend thing with him going up and distributing the ball. That stopped against the Spurs in like maybe the second game.
They only stopped it one time. They only stopped it one time, and that's when they lost. They stopped it the game Trump came. The game Trump came, everybody was saying that's when they stopped it.
Bruce, game one.
Check it out. The game that Trump came.
Go to game
they
one.
Lost that game.
That was just
the game they won game 1 at San Antonio.
The game that Trump came, I'm saying.
Okay, that game.
Listen to what I'm saying now.
Okay,
the game that Trump came, everybody on the panel was saying he went back to Brunson ball. That's why they lost.
The isolation. That's
exactly. Exactly.
But I saw it before that game.
They were playing together.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Don. But again, without that adjustment, without that adjustment, because remember, the turning point of their season was Game 4 in Atlanta. They were down 2-1, could have gone down 2-3, and Brown said, and again, it showed you what kind of a player Brunson was. Brunson was able to just say, you know what, I'll take a step back and do whatever for the team. That's the one constant he's been. He took a step back with the cash. He took a step back in that game so they could go on to win. But and you can't hate him for it. The fact that he took over Game 5 for the clincher. That's what the greats do. That's what the greats do. And
that's what I like about Brunson. That's what I like about Brunson. Like my wife told me, he's very humble. He's a humble kid. And the thing about it, he knows when to take over the game. Because Game 1 against San Antonio, remember, they was down 14 points of Knicks. And Jalen Brunson took over like he did Game 5 and brought the Knicks to a victory.
He took over Game 2, actually, too.
Yes, he did.
All I'm saying is
don't forget 29-point comeback, too.
It brought them all the way up until they got to the Spurs. Then they got away from when they got to the Spurs.
Right.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
We say Anthony in Game
Not
3,
just one game. They got away from it.
Don't forget the 29-point comeback. Although, as big as Brunson was in that, they were getting it from everybody. Shamet, OG. That's the thing. Because look, end of the day, it's always Brunson earned his MVP for the series. Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Better believe it.
But again, but it takes it takes a whole bunch of things to win that title, and that's why this one is as special as it was, because he could have very easily have been stubborn and said, "No, I'm just going to just do it my way, or whatever." Maybe they don't win the Atlanta series if not because of that. But again, he showed you his humbleness. He showed you his basketball savvy, and that's why this run is, I'm not going to say it's the greatest run in NBA history, but it's in the conversation.
Better believe it.
Conversation. Because it's the Knicks too. I mean, come on, everybody. A lot of people that even wasn't a Knicks fan was rooting for the Knicks in a lot of ways too. Because
but Jerry, nobody never made a run like that. Nobody never made a run like that in NBA history. Nobody.
What kind of run you talking about? What you mean? Give me an example.
Nobody never made a run like that.
Well,
13 straight in the playoffs.
What about Shaq and Kobe? They won 15-1.
13 straight in the playoffs.
Golden State did it.
Huh?
Golden State.
Shaq and Kobe was 15-1. They hold the record. So don't say nobody did a run like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying they went 13 straight.
Well, Shaq and them had to go 13 straight or something.
No, they could have won 6. They could have won 6, lost 1.
But to be 15-1, you had to have some kind of streak.
You could have won 6 and 6.
No, but I'm
6
saying
and 7.
You only lost 1 game, Bruce, out of 16 games.
You could have won 6 and lost 1 and then won 6 more.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
They won 13 straight. Right, the man told you it had never been done before.
They said Golden State had done that.
Well, I thought Golden State's
Golden
longest streak
State got the record.
I thought it was 11 for Golden State.
No, I'll pull it up for you.
Pull it up, because I heard the same thing you heard, Bruce. Longest streak.
Yeah, the 13 straight, I think, is the record.
I heard it 2 or 3 times, matter of fact.
In NBA basketball.
Okay, Bruce, the first loss that Shaq and Kobe had was against Philadelphia when Iverson had the 50 points in that finals MVP, that finals championship. All right, so that means the Lakers had to go 4. That's 12. Okay, that's 12 games in a row. Okay, they had to win the first 4, the second 4, and the third 4, and they lost game 1 in the championship, and that was it.
So Golden State won 15 straight.
15 straight.
We second with 13. San Antonio third with 12, and then Lakers only won 11 straight.
Who's on the couch there, man? Because you trying to see.
I heard that's what they were saying all over the
Because you trying to say what they're saying, and they pulled it up. Go lay on the couch and come back about 15 minutes.
I told you 15. Hello.
I know.
Hey, man, that internet ain't no good. You know that.
But you were still wrong though. Shaq and Kobe ain't do it.
How many times your president tell you that's fake news?
We watched it though. That wasn't fake. That Golden State team was the problem.
Get the facts.
Man, we'll get to football in a few minutes. But we'll get to football in a minute, Larry. I know you might have something for football. Bruce, Tom Thibodeau still hurt by Knicks firing despite happiness for the players. I mean, you think he had a right to be upset or what? Tom Thibodeau.
No, he ain't got no right to be upset. He was there 5 years.
Okay.
And didn't win it. Like I always told y'all, Knicks always had the talent, but by the time the playoffs came, they was beat. It's not that he wasn't a good coach. The one thing that he was stubborn on held them back, and that's playing multiple players. It's not. He was a great coach, but he was stubborn. Everybody told him. You got to play more players because when you get into playoffs, they don't get burned out. In the playoff, Brunson couldn't shoot nothing. Couldn't nobody shoot because they were burned out. Now here come Brown. Brown playing everybody all year long. Get the playoffs. Everybody the Knicks played was burnt out because they had a little bit of fibs in them. They were stubborn, wouldn't play the rest of the guys.
All right,
you know
Larry,
what I mean?
All right, little Larry, you told me yes, he had a right to be upset, right, about Tom Thibodeau. What you think?
You said say it again?
Tom Thibodeau getting fired. Should he have a right to be upset?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't never tell somebody they don't got a right to be upset over something. The man lost his job, making about $20 million a year. I'm gonna be upset over that too.
Oh, yeah,
Like he can't hate on Mike Brown, but at the end of the day, he probably feel like he put that team together. He instilled that defensive intensity that he helped build that culture. Like he played a part in it. He definitely played a part in putting that team together and building that team. Mike Brown just took him to the next level. But yeah, he was too stubborn. So I understand why we had to go. But in his defense, the bench players that we had this year, they ain't had last year. He ain't had no Landry Shamet he put in the game, no Jordan Clarkson, none of that. Like we actually had one of the best benches in the league this year. We didn't have that last year.
Y'all talking about the Nick guy, man. He got it.
Well, you know what? They could have had it last year. We'll never know because he didn't play the guys to see what they could do.
Hold up. The same guys that he didn't play is the same ones that Mike Brown ain't play. You ain't see Tyler Collick getting the game. You ain't see Pacquiao Daddier. None of them getting them games. The security guard at the parade grabbed Tyler Collick, try to lock him up because he went over the fence. They didn't even know he was on the team.
But you got to remember something. He ran those guys like horses. And
he did. I ain't denying he did. Absolutely.
Look, you got to put the bench in no matter what you got to work with. You got to give them some run, and you got to give those guys some rest. And that's bottom line. He didn't do that, and that's what cost them. He got them almost there, and then they ran out of gas, and he still didn't. Even when he saw him running out of gas, he still wouldn't put nobody else in. That was him being too stubborn. He deserved what he got. He don't need to be crying now. He put the team together, but he didn't bring it through for him, so they got somebody that would.
Yeah. See the bad part about Thibs is he did the same thing everywhere he ever coached. So it wasn't just with the Knicks was said where they didn't have no bench. Everywhere he coached, he ran his players in the ground.
Yeah, and they when he coached, they made the playoffs too, though. All right.
Yeah. They didn't win nothing. They didn't win a thing.
Well, Mike Brown just won this year. It ain't like he been coaching for a long time.
First year.
That's not his first year coaching.
Look how he was the head coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Yes, and
Cleveland, and they did great. When he left, they haven't been to playoffs since.
All right, and he coached Cleveland too.
With the same players.
I got you. Go ahead, Anthony and Larry. Go ahead, Anthony.
You know, I'll make it real. Tibbs' greatest strength wound up being his greatest weakness as well. Great coach. You don't take anything away, but the stubbornness for not playing the bench guys eventually came back. That's why he did his 5 years in Chicago. He did his 5 years in Minnesota. He did his 5 years in New York. The constant thing was he'll get you to the playoffs, but he wasn't going to get you to a certain level because he was stubborn about playing the bench. I mean, it's just like the thing with Mark Jackson with Golden State. It's like Tony Dungy with the Bucks. You have to. They weren't able to take it over to the next level.
Go ahead, Larry.
It's a little different.
Don't do that to Mark Jackson.
And my thing is,
hold on, let Big Larry talk. Go ahead, Larry.
The big thing is between Mike Brown listened to his players, okay? What's his name had all the answers. He was in charge. He had all the answers. He thought he knew what it takes best for the team to win, Even when everybody else was telling him something different, he kept going with his own, what he thought was best, playing his best players and weighing them down to the ground. But when Mike Brown came, he used everybody, you know what I'm saying? Mostly everybody, not everybody, but there's about 5 people that never seen no playing time. But he used most of his people, and he was open-minded. He asked questions. Somebody want to talk about something, say why I ain't getting no minutes, why I ain't doing this. He would actually listen, and that what's his name never did. So I think Mike Brown, the way he deal with people, brought him over the hump.
I like Mike Brown as a coach. I just saw his resume. I put it up there. But Larry, when was the last time the Knicks made it to the Eastern Conference Finals before Tom Thibodeau got there? When was the last time they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh my God!
99.
So the Thibodeau, he don't get no credit like somebody was saying that now that Mike Brown inherited a team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the next best thing was
they bought him a team to win the championship. They got him all the pieces, and they're not gonna let you play around with that for so long.
They lost in the Pacers last year. The Pacers was
but his only fault, Jerry. Nobody said he wasn't a good coach. His only fault was he ran his players in the ground.
I understand.
He's a great coach.
But
if he had to been stubborn and listened to 2 people out of 100, he would have been still there.
But Bruce,
now it was different. It was different with Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson got fired because of some in-house stuff. It wasn't because he couldn't coach. So it's altogether different with Mark Jackson.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's no comparison with Mark and Thibs.
Certain things you can't do. You can't.
If Mark hadn't opened his mouth,
you can say it. How you God-fearing man and you saying you can't speak up against homosexuality and you don't agree with that? He ain't say nothing wrong.
But I'm saying you employed by these folks.
When you
employed by these folks, you can't run your mouth like that.
You can't say stuff like that. Certain things you can't say.
Can't do it.
So you're not allowed to have an opinion. He ain't say nothing derogatory about it. He said he don't agree with it.
Yeah, but you got to understand when you work with these folks, they paying your salary. You can't go against them and they paying your salary. That'd be just like you going on your job and telling them what you ain't gonna do.
Didn't he say he never play homosexual? If he said that,
hold on. The only thing I want to say in Tom Thibodeau defense, the Indiana Pacers team went 7 games with OKC. That was a good team, and they beat the Knicks. Okay, so I can't take nothing away from the Knicks and Tom Thibodeau because Indiana Pacers played good last year. And
we shouldn't have lost to them, though. We should not have lost to them last year.
Well, I'll put it like this here. If Halliburton didn't get hurt against OKC, they might have beat OKC. They would have been the champs. Okay? So we don't know. We can't say. He got hurt in Game 7 last year against OKC. If he didn't get hurt, Indiana Pacers might have had a chance to win that championship.
Close only counts in horseshoes. We're not playing horseshoes.
Hey, Jerry, you overlooking one thing, Jerry.
It's
already been proven that Tom Thibodeau is a great coach, that he gets everybody to the edge, but he don't get them over. And that's why he didn't make it. Nobody said he wasn't great. Everybody said he put together some great teams. But if a man can get you there and can't get you over, what you do?
You get somebody else.
Well, it's not like this was Mike Brown first year coaching either, John.
We ain't talking about Mike Brown. We talking about Thibodeau crying because he didn't make it. We letting you know why he didn't make it.
Well, I understand that. Okay, but I'm saying.
Well, we ain't talking about Brown right now. Let's talk about why Thibodeau didn't make it. He didn't make it because he could get you there, but he couldn't get you over.
Yeah, and Brown did get teams to the finals before.
Yeah, he took Cleveland.
That's something Thibodeau never did.
Took Cleveland to the finals. I got you. He had LeBron James, though. He had LeBron James.
Wow. Come on.
Still got him there.
Thibodeau never had a LeBron James either. Now, don't. Mike Brown had.
You had like LeBron James. Got every championship ring for the past 20 years. How many rings he got?
I got 3 talking at the same time.
Still saying Derrick Rose in Chicago.
MVP Derrick Rose.
Yeah, Derrick Rose, he got swept by Miami Heat.
Look, Thibodeau is not the guy that can get you over the hump.
That's Derrick Rose you're talking about, right? That's the same Derrick Rose. Talking about Bruce.
They won game 1 against
Miami and they lost the next 4. I'm
talking about the man that won it. What he won? MVP his first, second year?
Youngest MVP ever.
That's the man we talking about.
The same man.
Don't cherry pick to pull him apart.
That dominated the league before Thibodeau ran him in the ground and messed up his career.
Listen. You guys want to talk facts. I'm not taking nothing with Derrick Rose, but listen. The same team, Chicago Bulls, that beat the Miami Heat 4 straight in the regular season. Right, the Bulls, he never beat them. Then they won Game 1 in the playoffs. Then the Heat won the next 4. That's the same. The Chicago Bulls with Derrick Rose.
Didn't Michael Jordan get swept?
Huh?
Didn't Michael Jordan get swept?
We ain't talking about Michael Jordan now. We
no. We want to talk about Mike. You talking about Derrick Rose? And I'm trying to you talk about Derrick Rose got swept.
Derrick Rose that won 5 against the Heat. Then he lost the next 4.
I'm saying anybody could get swept. Michael Jordan got swept. Yeah, so what you saying?
Bird got swept. All of them got
swept. All right then. So why you picking apart Derrick Rose? Because he was MVP.
You brought up Derrick Rose.
I have a question. Right. Who was the coach for Derrick Rose?
Tom Thibodeau.
It burnt him out, didn't it?
Yeah, ruined his career, ran him in the ground.
Maybe that's why he couldn't go.
Same thing.
He got burnt out.
But Don, in that case, who's the coach for the Miami Heat when they won their two?
When they won their two?
Eric Spoelstra. What he wins since LeBron them left?
Eric Spoelstra.
He ain't win nothing.
And Tom Thibodeau are two different coaches.
He ain't
You're
win
talking
nothing.
about burning out players.
Hey, Jerry, see, you're not making no sense, Jerry. We talk about how Fields burned his players out.
You got to have the players out.
He had the players. He burned them out.
He burned them out. That's what we talking. We never said Fields wasn't a good coach. He burned his players out everywhere he went.
Everywhere he go.
That's got nothing to do with Spoelstra and nobody else. It's on Fields.
With the Spurs, I thought the Spurs coach gave his players too much rest. I thought he had the big man out when he should have had him in. He made sure his players got some rest.
All right, that's fine. I'll go along with that. No, I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tibbs got fired and Mike Brown came in and did what he was supposed to do. I mean, that's all fine.
So the only way to look at that is a great move. That's the only way to look at it. One guy got fired, another guy got you over.
Huh? No, it's a great move. But it's like Mike Brown did it. I think maybe another coach could have did it too. I mean,
maybe, but Thibodeau couldn't do it.
I mean, like when Phil Jackson took over against Doug Collins. I mean, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think, against Detroit. Then they fired him and brought in Phil Jackson. I mean, things happen.
And Phil got him over.
Yeah, yes, he did. I agree.
You agreeing with what we saying?
I totally agree with y'all. I'm not taking it away from Mike Brown. He was a good coach.
You ain't agreeing, man. You trying to make this difficult, man.
No, I agree.
You sound like Skip Bayless right now.
Yeah, you sound like Skip Bayless.
You guys have to burn the players out, but he took the guys to the playoffs.
Come on, man.
But
Your nose growing, man. Your nose growing.
Win or done.
It's all about winning.
A lot of coaches didn't win
He didn't get him over.
Well, Mike Brown, this is his first championship. Now you guys act like he's ready or
second, ain't it?
The guy won one ring.
If somebody come behind you
Mike Brown
won
in
in
the
1
bubble.
year, that means you ain't doing something right.
The
They
man
come
was
behind you in 1 year,
was
take the
Steve Kerr.
championship.
He was
Win
with
it.
Steve Kerr for 4 years. He got 4 rings with him, so he had a lot of learning experience. I give him credit.
Hey, didn't he get one with the bubble too?
He was with Pop too.
He was popular when I mean the bubble died. Who? Mike Brown?
Yeah.
With the Lakers won in the bubble.
You said what?
No, Cleveland won in the bubble.
The Lakers won the year in the bubble.
The Lakers won in the bubble.
Get the facts. Get the facts.
The
Hello.
Lakers won that year in the bubble.
The Lakers won that. Y'all get the
I
facts.
know we didn't know, but
But you better lay on that college too.
I'm a LeBron James fan, so that's what I was looking at.
The Lakers won. The Lakers won in the bubble. All right, come on now. You gotta,
I'm a LeBron James fan. That's what.
Lakers the only team that
We've
got
been
a
on so
41
many
in the
teams.
bubble.
I get
He
confused.
just remember LeBron. He don't remember the jersey.
Get that bubble trophy.
We've been on so many teams. I get confused. I even think we might go back to Cleveland this year.
I'll let you do a little football in a few minutes because I know we got a side note, but this is gonna be for Bruce. Who you got, Bruce?
Come on, man. CB, best power forward ever.
Best power forward ever. You been making me laugh now. Best power forward ever.
Best power forward ever.
Over Tim Duncan, over Elvis.
Ever.
All right, who you got, Larry?
Charles over Malone.
Okay, all right, that's a good move. Who you got, Don?
I'm definitely going with Karl Malone. Every day, all day.
He's bigger, but he wasn't that much,
I'm going with Karl Malone. I like Karl Malone way better than I do Barkley.
Charles Malone wasn't no Barkley.
He wasn't a better player.
No, he wasn't no better player than
I do Barkley.
Barkley.
I go with Karl Malone every day.
What about you, Anthony?
I'll go with Sir Charles.
Sir Charles.
I like Sir
Call him
Charles.
by his real name.
Yeah, it's like Sir Charles. Malone was great. Look, to be honest with you, they're basically similar because it's funny, they get on LeBron for trying to, go to teams with championships, but Malone went to the Lakers afterwards, and then of course Charles went to the Rockets. So
There's one difference though.
that being
LeBron in the conversation for greatest player ever. Neither one of them two is in that conversation. Neither one of them two is ever the face of the league.
Yeah, if we're going by just pure power forward, I'll take Tim Duncan over both of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll take Tim Duncan over both of them. Tim Duncan just came. You know, the thing about I think the thing about Duncan was that the one thing I think he has over the two of them, he could have been a center, he could have been a small forward, he could have been a forward. Now, I think when you are versatile like that, it makes you better. But if we're talking just Malone and just Barkley, I like Barkley. I like Barkley because he carried a lot of those Sixers. He carried some bad Sixer teams even in the first and second round of the playoffs. It's his thing. It was just timing. He just happened to go with the Sixers as they were transitioning. You know, he was on Doc's last team. He was the last link with Doc and Malone.
All right, who's a better scorer, Charles Barkley or Karl Malone?
Charles.
I would say Charles. Yeah. I know Malone has more, but that doesn't necessarily make him a better scorer, though. And a lot of and put it this way, Malone never had to be the lone scorer for Utah. He always had a Stockton. He always had a who's the kid? Carr as well. Even Edwards for a while, but Barkley, the bulk of those years with the Sixers, he pretty much had to do everything.
Okay, and what did he do though? He didn't make it to the finals.
Neither did Malone until a while. It took them a while to get to the finals as well.
Yeah, Charles been the only one finals.
Yeah, but and Malone was only winning one technically two more, but he was a non-factor for that Laker team.
Oh yeah, he got hurt. Yeah.
But yeah, so he only went to one more final than Charles. But the one thing they do have in common is that they got Michael's footprint stamped on their butt.
Yes. Yeah, but you brought up a good point though. I'm going to do Larry in a few minutes, Larry. But you remember, Karl Malone's in the West with Elijah Wan, Magic Johnson, and Kareem, and Clyde Drexler. He had a lot of competition. The East wasn't too competitive. I mean, it was competitive, but you had Michael dominating. You had like the Sixers, but in that West, you had Portland Trailblazers with Clyde.
Charles was in the West when they went to the finals.
Yes, he was.
And also, don't forget there was a certain guy.
Magic was gone by then. And a lot of he was. A lot of guys were gone by then when Charles got there. Elijah Wan.
Yeah, but how many different excuses you gonna make up for
Charles? Hey, Jerry, I got one
you said Charles was in the weak East. The man told you he was in the West. Then you turn around and say, "Oh well, everybody was gone then."
Why did Charles go to the West, Bruce? Because of Michael Jordan.
Why did anybody leave teams?
He went to the West because of Michael Jordan was in the East.
He
wanted to get out of the West.
Man. That's your theory. Did Charles tell you that?
Did Charles
tell you that?
Philly lose.
That's your theory. Hey, Jerry, that's your theory.
Bruce, did Philly lose in Chicago one time in the playoffs or twice?
Have you ever heard Charles say that?
Question. Did Philly lose to Chicago once or twice in the playoffs? Yes.
What that got to do with Charles going to Phoenix?
Because Charles played with Philly and Michael played with the Bulls. Did Charles lose to Michael once or twice in the playoffs? Yes or no?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
you don't know. Look it up.
That don't make no difference. Did you ever hear Charles say he went to the West because Jordan was in the East?
I said it because it's our sports talk.
That's your theory. That don't mean it's true.
But it is true. That's
Hey, Jerry, let me ask Jerry a question. I want to ask Jerry a question. So Charles, Karl Malone, what are they supposed to tell their grandkids? I couldn't win because of Michael Jordan?
But that's what
they're supposed to tell their grandkids.
That's what Anthony said. Anthony said Michael Jordan.
They're not going to say that.
No. I said the one common thread that they have is that Michael beat them both.
That's right. Yeah. That's why Michael came up.
But I'm not saying that's the reason why they, but I'm just saying that was the one constant.
That's the reason why Michael beat all of them. He beat Charles twice, and then when Charles is in Philly. He couldn't beat Patrick Ewing. He beat Patrick Ewing 5 times when Pat was with the Knicks. Michael beat
but Jerry, think about it, Jerry. Either way, whether he stayed in the East or went to the West, he still had to beat Jordan to get a ring.
Right, and he didn't beat him. He beat him in the East.
So that don't mean. What I'm saying is he didn't necessarily go to Phoenix to get away from Jordan. He still had to play on one way or the other in the finals or the conference finals.
And he lost with both teams, Philly and Phoenix.
If that was the case, Patrick Ewing would have. Everybody in the East would have ran to the West.
Yeah, Patrick would have had a couple rings.
Yeah, but Charles wanted to go out of the East, just like when LeBron was winning. He went to 8 straight finals, so he would dominate the East. He was dominating the East. So a lot of guys that they couldn't beat him, like the guys in Toronto, they couldn't beat LeBron.
Yeah, but that's the same thing they said about LeBron. They said LeBron went as much as he did because the East was weak. Then he went in the West and dominated.
He dominated the West.
He did.
To the finals every year.
In the West?
Sure, he dominated the West.
I don't know about that. I don't know about dominating because you got OKC.
He went to the finals. He won a ring in the West, didn't he?
He got a ring, but that's LeBron James. He's mentioned.
But I'm saying people said that he left the East because.
But don't compare Charles or Carmelo to LeBron James either now, right? He's LeBron James. He's up there with Michael Jordan. So don't make that the
You must been drinking today.
No, don't make that comparison. Don't compare Charles Barkley. Don't compare Charles Barkley.
You've been drinking today. I'm convinced.
Don't compare Charles Barkley, Bruce to LeBron James. All right, don't do that.
I'm not comparing them. I'm not comparing them. I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you said that Charles left the East to get away from Michael Jordan.
Right.
And people said that LeBron was doing what he was doing because the East was weak. Then he left and went to the West and did the same thing.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing him to nobody.
LeBron, it's Charles.
I'm just saying how people got different theories, and it ain't always true. That's all I'm saying.
Charles hoping he could do the same thing with Phoenix, and he lost, and he had to run into Michael again. The same guy that beat him in Philly, the same guy beat him in Phoenix. Same thing. That's what I'm saying. So he went out there hoping he can get away from Michael, and at the end he had to run back into Michael again. And Michael
Mike beat everybody in the East, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
Why everybody in the East didn't run to the West?
LeBron beat he won in the West. So LeBron and Michael,
you're talking about Barkley. You're talking about Barkley.
Right.
I'm saying during that time, Jordan was beating everybody. Why everybody in the East didn't run to the West? You said that's why Charles went to the West because he couldn't beat Jordan. Jordan was beating everybody else. Why they didn't run to the West?
Just like you said that Charles is the best power forward ever. That's what you said, right?
Better believe it.
And I'm saying that he's not. I like Tim Duncan, but that's your opinion. And I say that Charles went to the West to try to get away from Michael.
I'm looking at all around game. I never seen Duncan snatch no rebound and lead the break and end up slamming with 2 hands at 6'4". I never seen Duncan do that.
I'll let Anthony answer that then. He said he got Tim Duncan. What's your response to that, Anthony?
I put it this way. Like I said, I'll repeat what I said. If we're comparing Barkley and Malone, I like Barkley over Malone, but I personally like Duncan over Barkley.
Yeah, but you never saw Tim Duncan get the rebound and bring in and run it down court like
that wasn't his. I mean, everybody has different types of games. Everybody has different types of games. It doesn't take away from what Charles was able to do at 6'4", and it doesn't take away from what Duncan was able to do. To me, the thing with Duncan was his versatility because he could be a center, he could be a power forward, he could be a small forward, but it's not to take anything away from Barkley. I mean, end of the day, it's apples and oranges. They're all Hall of Famers.
That's right.
Yeah, but don't forget Duncan got 5 rings.
Yeah. It enhances the argument, but I don't. One of the argument I always go back to. I think people are really sleeping on how hard it is to win a title, even just to get to a final. It's a lot to me. It's still a thing. That's why LeBron getting to the finals 10 years in a row, to me, that says a lot, especially when you consider how strong how strong the league is now, it's tough. He got to the final 10 years in a row. I always use the Lakers of the 80s as a gauge as well. They only missed the finals twice in a 10-year span, and in the 8 years that they were in the finals, they won it 5 times.
So you said we neglected how hard it is. It's very hard, but it's funny how some guys keep going. So you got to give the guys credit that keep going. Mm-hmm. You got to give them credit, the ones that keep going.
That's
and for the ones that don't make it, it's just an excuse.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's an excuse because the guys that made it worked to get there and made their way there.
But that's only one. But you're only
work, but they didn't get there.
Don, you're only talking about one guy in that argument. That's LeBron.
No, I'm not only talking about LeBron. I'm talking about all them other guys that never made it.
Magic got 5 and 9 years.
Don't get him started on Magic, please.
Well, no, you have to throw. No,
I agree. Hold up, I agree with you 100%. I said don't get Jerry started because you know he's gonna start hating as soon as you start talking about Magic.
No. What I was gonna say on that, to Donald's point.
22 years ago, 4.
But like what I was gonna say on to Donald's point, most of the players that keep going are generational players though. Like the Michaels, the LeBrons, the Tim Duncans, the Kareems, the Larry Birds, the Magic Johnson. Those are Magic. Those are generational players.
But Jerry, check this out. Jerry. You keep saying that Tim Duncan was versatile. I always listed Tim Duncan as a center instead of a power forward, because if it wasn't for David Robinson being there, his butt would have been in that middle. You know what I mean? So he was really a center, but they listed him as a power forward. You know what I mean? And the only way they was able to do that because they had David Robinson. You talking about a stacked team. San Antonio had a stacked team, man.
But they also
they had Tony Parker. During that time, he was one of the best around. Nobody in the league no faster than Parker.
When Robinson was there, they had Avery Johnson.
But Bruce, to be fair, Duncan won titles after Mr. Robinson left that neighborhood too.
Yeah, but I'm saying he played center. He didn't play power forward.
But again, that just enhances his. Yeah,
but I understand that. I'm with you on that. But I'm saying he was just able to shoot that ball. Plus, he was a master of the backboard.
Sure,
you know what I mean. But I'm saying he was really a center because when David Robinson left, he didn't go back to power forward. He played that middle.
But Bruce.
And don't forget they had guys like Sean Elliott. They had a power team, man.
But Bruce, the reason why I said the generational players like Michael, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Elijah Wan, because to me, guys like Reggie Miller, he was a great player. He only went to 1 finals. Allen Iverson only went to 1 finals. Charles Barkley only went to 1 finals. Dominique Wilkins never made the finals.
Yeah, but they got great players that never went to the finals, period. Guys like Dominique Wilkins.
No, listen, I'm saying, but Camilo Anthony never went to the finals. A lot of guys maybe the 1 or maybe 2, but they wasn't generational players. They were just great all-stars and maybe Hall of Famers, but they wasn't no generational player like a Larry Bird or Kareem or Magic or Michael.
Hey, Jerry, who was better than Dominique Wilkins back then, the human highlight film? Who was better than him? He never seen a finals. He was a generational player. You tell me Dominique Wilkins wasn't a generational player?
Why did he make the finals? Why didn't he make the finals?
What?
I'm asking why didn't he make the finals? I'm asking you, why didn't he make the finals?
It's a lot of reasons why. But you telling me Dominique Wilkins wasn't a generational player? That what you said?
You want no Larry Bird?
Come on, man.
He was just
no Larry Bird.
Come
You want
on.
no Magic Johnson?
Come on, man.
You want no Magic Johnson?
Dominique was a generational player.
He wasn't no Magic Johnson, though.
Come on, man.
Ain't too many people Magic, but Magic. Only one
He
Magic.
wasn't no Larry Bird. He wasn't no Larry Bird either then, in that case.
Come on, man.
Hard. Tell him Anthony, it was too hard for those guys. Tell him Anthony.
Reggie Miller was a generational player. Reggie Miller played 19 years for the Pacers.
Reggie Miller ain't generational.
He still ain't do nothing.
You gonna say that Dominique is not generational, but Reggie Miller is?
I didn't say Reggie Miller was. I said he wasn't. He played 19 years for the Pacers and only been to 1 finals.
Come on, man. You got to be kidding.
It's also kind of interesting that would you consider the East soft during that period of time? Because I think the East was strong back then as well.
And why didn't he make it to the finals, Anthony?
Because they were strong. It wasn't that easy.
They had a good team. They had a Tree Rollins. They had a
good team. I think it just showed you just how strong that East was.
Yeah.
Back then.
Then they had Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers started out with them, didn't
he? They had a good team. So I asked you, Bruce, why didn't he make it to the finals then?
Because the East was strong. The East wasn't weak. Everybody in the East ain't gonna make the finals.
Okay, so the teams that made the finals at that time was Larry Bird with the Celtics and Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas. Okay, and those two players to me were generational players. Okay, Bird and Isaiah Thomas. Because I say Isaiah Thomas the only one that beat Big Larry. Isaiah Thomas the only one that beat Michael Jordan.
Come on, man. You got to you should leave that alone, man.
About 100 times.
Yeah, you should leave that alone, man.
You want to hear? He's a generational player.
You should leave that alone.
Yeah, because he's a generational player. That's why. Oh yeah, because against Magic you don't want to hear it, but it's true.
Anybody said Dominique Wilkins wasn't a generational player? Something wrong.
Well, that's why he couldn't get out the East, because of Bird and Isaiah Thomas and Dr. J. Now, give me another reason, Bruce. Tell me. You give me your opinion then. I don't want to hear about because he was in the East. It was too hard. Give me. I gave you my reason. Give me yours.
Hey, it's only one reason why they didn't. It's only one reason why they didn't make it.
Why?
It's only one. The team wasn't good enough. There's only one reason.
There you go.
That's the only reason.
Why did he carry the team? He was a generational player.
One man. Why Jordan didn't win all of them? As good as Jordan was, why he only won 6?
Didn't you say that Doc Rivers? He had Doc
Jordan. Is Jordan considered the GOAT?
We're talking about Jordan now.
Is Jordan considered the GOAT?
We're talking about Jordan now. We're talking about Dominique.
I'm saying.
We're not talking about winning all of them. He never made it to 1. Let's talk about
but I'm saying his team wasn't good enough.
6. He couldn't even win.
His team wasn't good enough.
And
That's
he wasn't
all.
good enough to carry him either.
That's my point. He wasn't burning them.
Hey, y'all talk like these teams that went. They only had one man carrying them.
All I know is he was the leader. He couldn't lead them to the championship one time.
So what y'all saying is no generational players unless they made the finals. That's what y'all saying? Out of everybody that played in the NBA, there are no generational players unless they made the finals. That's what y'all saying?
Look, I ain't going to say there's a lot of great losers out there, but I'm not going to put these losers over the winners.
They gotta go over losers. I go over loser now.
No, there's a lot of great losers out there, but they couldn't get over the hump. The object is to get over the hump.
Y'all funny, bro.
Stop jumping up and
before if you don't win a ring, you're a loser. Before if you don't win a ring, you're a loser. Now if you don't go to the finals,
you can't say you're a winner if you ain't won no ring. How you gonna call yourself a champ? That's why I don't.
Yeah, but I'm saying now you're saying you don't even make the finals.
Bruce, can I ask you a question?
To be a champ, you gotta win.
Bruce, can I ask you a question? Was Camilo Anthony a great player? Was Camilo Anthony a great player? Yes or no? Camilo Anthony.
Who?
Camilo Anthony.
I tell you, I answer it like this. I'm taking the human highlight film over Carmelo Anthony. I'll put it like that. I'm taking Dominique Wilkins over Melo. I'll put it like
they both with generational talents.
Right. Exactly.
But don't call neither one of them a champ, all right?
So how many finals?
No, we never call them a champ. We never call them a champ.
They could be anything.
You can hold up. Don't do that. You can call Melo a champ. Don't do that.
I can't call Melo no champ.
Why can't you?
In the NBA. I ain't talking about college.
As you said, a champ period. It wasn't in the NBA. He put Syracuse on his back.
Let me be clear.
As a freshman, he is a champion.
Larry, how many finals?
How many? Hold up. How many gold medals he got? How many Olympic champions he got? Best in the world. Leading score. Leading score. The Olympics bigger than the NBA.
Larry, let me ask you a question again.
Olympics is not bigger than the NBA.
The Olympics is the best players in the NBA. And he was the best player on the Olympic team. Don't do that.
Before we sign off, did Carmelo and LeBron come in the league the same year? Yes or no?
Yes.
And LeBron was number 1, and Carmelo, I think, was number 3.
Yeah,
right?
Melo should have won Rookie of the Year, but they gave it to James because they wanted him to be the face of the league, just like how y'all doing with Wemby.
All right, but both of them came in the league the same year, right?
Yeah, Melo stats was better that rookie year.
All right, Mike.
Yes,
LeBron with the 10. LeBron with the 10 finals. Why couldn't Carmelo go to 1?
Because Carmelo didn't up and go to Miami to be part of the big 3, even though they wanted him. That's why.
What happened when he came to the Knicks?
We didn't have nobody. What you mean?
Oh, okay. All right, I'll buy that excuse.
We gave Amari Stoudemire $200 million. You cry about giving Jalen Brunson $100 million. We gave Amari Stoudemire $2 million with 2 bad knees.
Did he play with Iverson in Denver?
He played with a washed-up Iverson. Iverson was at the end of his career. That's why Philly got rid of him. If Iverson was still the real Iverson, Philly would have never let him go. He was the face of that city. He was the heart of that city.
Iverson wanted to get out of Philly because of that practice, all that stuff they were talking about.
No, it wasn't. Ain't had nothing to do with it. He ain't want to leave Philly.
He didn't want to leave Philly. And then he left Philly. Then he left. Then he went to Memphis. Okay. Then he went to Detroit at the end.
Yeah, because he was washed up.
He was washed up.
Oh, he was washed up. I was thinking
Hey, Jerry, you know good and well when you see players floating around like that, they usually washed up. You know that, man. Come on.
Hey,
You don't
even
trade
happened to
that
Michael
players
Jordan
like
when he
that.
went to Washington.
Now, prime Iverson would have played with
Same
Melo. I
thing.
guarantee you Melo would have had a couple rings.
Right.
And AI would too.
Right. When Mike went to Washington, he was washed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We won't talk about that.
He was toast.
You know that.
Him and Jerry Stackhouse.
You guys support that. I ain't saying nothing. I just asked a question about Camille Anthony. Him and LeBron.
Yeah, but when they give you an answer, you try to twist it
I
around.
ain't say nothing.
We ain't worried about the question.
I ain't
When
say
we
nothing.
give you an answer, you try to twist it around in your favor.
Bruce, I didn't say nothing. You doing the talking.
What he say? Hey, LJ, what did he say?
I asked him a question. I said, did LeBron and Camilo come in the league the same year? And LeBron with the 10 finals.
No. That ain't what we're talking about. You were talking about. He told you that when Allen Iverson with Denver, he was washed up with Melo. That's what Larry was saying. And you said, no, he got this. He left Philly. He was washed up.
Oh, so was Charles washed up when he went to Houston?
There you go again. I'm
asking you a question.
Yeah, Charles was washed. Sure, he was washed up when he went to Houston.
Was Charles washed up when he went to Phoenix?
No, he wasn't washed up when he went to Phoenix.
Okay,
and he went to the finals. Didn't he go to the finals with Phoenix?
Yep, him, Thunder Dan, Kevin Johnson.
You better believe it.
Was an MVP.
When he went to Houston, he was finished.
Yeah, he washed up.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah, but why you ask me that? You asked me that like you thought.
You brought up Allen Iverson being washed up.
Because you said that he wasn't washed up when he left Philly.
Washed up. I'm not saying he was washed up or not. He was playing pretty good ball when he went to.
Come on, man. You making my hair grow, man.
He wasn't as washed up as Charles Barkley was when he went to Houston. He wasn't.
Now you're saying ass washed up.
He wasn't that.
See how you keep moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving the goalposts.
Now you saying ass washed up. He was washed up. How washed up you gotta be? Either you're washed up, or you're not.
But that wasn't his team. That was Camille Anthony's team.
Lord have mercy.
Iverson's best years was in Philly. So
Bruce, was the Anthony washed up?
Best years in Philly.
That wasn't the question. We were saying how it came up was you were saying why Melo didn't win up with them with Allen Iverson. They said because when Allen Iverson got there, he was washed up.
But the original question.
It ain't got nothing to do with Melo being washed up. We saying he didn't have no superstar.
Can I say something? You know what I'm talking. The original question was him and LeBron came in the league the same year, and why didn't he go to the finals? That was the original question. That was the question. That was the question. They came in the league the same year. LeBron with the 10, and Camilla was the number 3 pick. He never went to the finals. That's all I was just saying.
How come when Carmelo had a chance to come, did Carmelo ever make it to the Lakers on the bench?
At the end of his career, he went to the Lakers.
He was washed up.
So in other words, LeBron couldn't even save him at that age, huh?
LeBron didn't take himself then.
Right.
Oh, man.
Couldn't even save him.
Well, he went there to try to get a ring. Hopefully, he hook up with LeBron.
Yeah, but by that time, he was washed up. LeBron couldn't save him.
Yeah, but they had been wanted to play together their whole career. They had been wanted to play together.
I know they should have made it a whole lot earlier. That's all.
It should have been Miami. See, LeBron didn't really want Melo in Miami.
Nah, LeBron wanted him. They tried to get Melo.
If he did, he would have been there.
to do it. Nah, they didn't because listen, when they had re-signed their contracts the year before, they first free agent the first time when they re-signed, they all signed the deal together, and Melo took an extra year, so he wasn't a free agent that year. But the original plan, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, was trying to get Melo to come so they could all three play together. Once they couldn't get Melo, that's the reason why they got Chris Bosh. Melo never asked to go to Miami. Melo wanted his own team. He wanted to put New York on his back and bring a championship to New York.
Right. They wanted Carmelo to come there. Carmelo wanted his own team. He didn't want to be under. He didn't want to be no.
Yeah, he actually wanted to go.
Kobe Bryant.
He actually wanted to go to New York. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people in New York give Carmelo his due, because he wanted to come to New York at the time when they were still struggling, because the management foolishly thought that if they got Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire, that LeBron would come, but LeBron passed.
Now, Amari was the backup plan. That summer, they got rid of everybody that they had to clear out all that cap space because they really thought that they was going to be able to get LeBron. Once LeBron said he was going to Miami, we had all that money to spend and had to spend it. That's when they gave Amari Stoudemire that money. He just came off a season-ending knee surgery before we gave him that money.
I'll tell you what, a healthy Stoudemire, they could have done it.
A healthy Stoudemire, Phoenix wouldn't have let him go. They didn't pay him because they knew he wasn't healthy.
Yeah, healthy Stoudemire, though, he could have done it in New York.
Yeah, after LeBron signed with them, the only two free agents that was left on the market was Stoudemire and Joe Johnson. So they had to pick between them. Which one I'm going to give is $200 million to?
But Bruce, Dwayne Wade and LeBron wanted Carmelo Anthony. He wanted his own team. He didn't want to hook up with them. That's what they got.
I hear you.
That's what they got.
I ain't got no dispute with that.
That's what they got. Chris
I guess that didn't work out well for him.
Yeah, that didn't work well. You know, I ain't got no. I don't deny that. You know, man.
Well, he wanted his own team. He didn't want to be he didn't want to be the Chris Bosh on the team, because everybody said it was Dwayne Wade's team and LeBron came over. So now he's gonna play third fiddle. He don't want that.
But that's cool. That's cool. A lot of guys feel like that. That's why they ain't got no ring. Exactly. A lot of guys want to be the head man.
Oh man. Oh, now you rough, boy. You rough, Don. All right, I'm gonna close out.
But it's true. That's why they ain't got no ring.
Okay, I'll go along with that. I mean, you know, LeBron got a ring without Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and everyone.
Yeah, he went to play with Kyrie, who was better than both of them.
But listen, but what did Kyrie do before LeBron got there, Larry? When he played in the Cleveland.
That had nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I answered my question. Did he ever make the playoffs, Kyrie?
I said he was a better player. I don't know if he made the playoffs or not. I know he was a better player at that point in his career.
Listen.
Dwayne Wade was falling off. He was better than Wade and Bosh.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
He was.
Kyrie never made the playoffs in Cleveland. And the first year LeBron got there, LeBron took him to the finals. Okay? So give LeBron.
He was still a superstar, though.
But
you acting like LeBron did it by himself.
No, but you're saying that, well, LeBron went to the finals without Kyrie. I'm saying Kyrie didn't do anything until LeBron got there. So
yeah, but that's just like saying Jordan ain't do nothing till Pippen got there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we ain't denying it now. How did Pippen and Jordan get in there?
Yeah, but you pick who you want to throw in there. Now you want me to pick who I want to throw in there.
Kyrie, he brought up Kyrie.
When you think you got a point made, you throw in who you want to throw in there. Now when I do it, well, we ain't talk about Jordan. We won't talk about Kyrie until you brought him up.
Bruce, can I say something? I didn't bring Kyrie up. Can I say something, Bruce, please? Well, you got to go on the couch, man. You got to lay on the couch, man, because you too excited. The only thing I'm saying to you, he said that LeBron wanted to hook up with Kyrie because he was better than Dwayne Wade, and I agree with that. The only thing I'm saying that Kyrie didn't do anything until LeBron got there either. So it ain't like LeBron wanted to go back to – LeBron went to Cleveland because he wanted to win a ring, all right? He wanted to win a ring. That's why he went back to Cleveland. Not so much because of Kyrie. He made a promise that he was going to win a ring for Ohio, and that's what he did. Kyrie happened to be on that team that never did anything until LeBron got there, and they went to the finals 4 years in a row with LeBron James and Kyrie. I'll give Kyrie his due. 4 years in a row they went to the finals, but he wouldn't have went to the finals without LeBron James.
So do you think if Cleveland wouldn't have got that #1 pick and drafted Kyrie Irving and they still had the same bums that they had before he left, he would have went back to win them a ring?
He might would have brought somebody with him, like he brought Kevin Love. He might would have bought somebody with him to help him win that ring.
Yeah, he traded the whole team to get Kevin Love.
I'm just saying he might would have still found somebody. That's LeBron
but Larry,
James. He still might would have found somebody.
Larry, this is the same guy that the owner called him a Judas, Benedict Arnold, told him that he was a traitor.
Yeah.
He wrote one of the nastiest letters. No other superstar ever got treated.
He was hurt, man. We talk about that all the time. He was hurt.
You gotta listen. You gotta understand. Look at all the owners.
He still went back because he made a promise that he was going to deliver a ring to Ohio. That's all I'm saying. So forget the letter and all that. Forget Kyrie. He made a promise and he stuck to that promise and he delivered. Okay.
Yeah, but what they're saying is he wouldn't have won it if Kyrie wasn't dead. He wouldn't have won it either.
He wouldn't even went back.
He might would have found somebody though. You guys don't seem to think like that, but I do. He still might have found somebody to fill in for Kyrie.
Yeah, but we can always go hypotheticals. But we saying if he didn't have Kyrie dead, he wouldn't have won it either.
All right, he won.
You know what I mean? There's no doubt he might have found somebody.
One thing we do know for sure,
he didn't have to go looking. Kyrie was already there.
Hey, one thing we know for sure, Kyrie wasn't gonna win without him.
Oh yeah, right. I agree with that. They did it each other. I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
No ring without Kyrie, and Kyrie no ring without James. It worked both ways.
But Bruce, we're just speaking hypothetical, like you said. Now, let's just say if LeBron wanted to get Kevin Durant to come to Cleveland to win the ring, you don't think that they would have won the ring together, him and Kevin Durant?
Well, say that again.
If LeBron wanted to get Kevin Durant, or if he go back to Cleveland and Kevin Durant, if he wanted to get Kevin Durant besides Kyrie, you don't think him and Kevin Durant could have won the ring together?
Oh yeah.
I don't think Kevin Durant would have wanted to go to Cleveland with him.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that though.
But if they would have, sure, I think they could have won it together. Sure. LeBron and Kevin Durant, sure, I think they could have won it.
All right, so if you want to look at it like that, Bruce, that's all I was saying. LeBron probably could have found somebody besides Kyrie.
No, but I'm saying what I'm saying.
Listen, and I understand what you're saying. He could have found somebody, but this is what I'm saying. In order to find somebody, the team got to make the cap space. The team got to give up a whole lot to be able to trade for somebody. Kyrie was already there, so he didn't have to make no moves.
That's a great point.
To acquire a superstar. Then he went out, and the biggest move that they could make was Kevin Love.
He had to look for nobody. Kyrie already there waiting for him.
It's just like when he went to Miami. But like when he went to Miami, Dwayne Wade was already there. I agree with you.
Already there, same thing.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Larry. Dwayne Wade was
same thing.
Miami when he got.
Hey, how many teams we said that they only one player away?
Hey, but when he went to the Lakers, he had to bring AD with him, didn't he?
Yeah, but that didn't work.
Had to go get AD, didn't
yeah, but it don't always work. I mean, a lot of times teams bring players in, it don't work.
Yeah, but
I'm saying it's a lot of teams. There's plenty of teams in the league that we always say they only one player away from winning.
Ask the Nets, Sixers, and Cavs if they still wanted to get Harden.
What, James Harden?
I'm sorry, I forgot Houston. Right, let's throw Houston in there too.
Yeah, might as well throw Houston in there.
That proves it don't always work.
Yeah.
It's only a crapshoot. It don't always work.
I mean, Kyrie
76ers couldn't win until they brought Moses in.
Yeah, but
one
Kyrie,
player away.
But Anthony, you got to blame Kyrie a little bit on that too, because he didn't want to play because he didn't want to get the vaccine shot, and he was talking about the earth is.
Even after that, they couldn't win though.
Yeah, it's a bunch of things. I mean, it's remember Wade won with Shaq and Morning.
Yeah. Peyton. Yeah, them guys.
Yeah. I mean, I was just saying but see again, it just goes back to the whole thing of getting to a final and how it's not the slam dunk that everyone thinks it is. There's been several instances where teams made what they thought was one guy away, and it blew up,
and it didn't work.
Oh, I mean, look, the net. You put it this way. And the sad thing is the Nets, when I still think the two worst moves the Nets made as a franchise was letting Dr. J walk and moving to Brooklyn, because it's set in both instances. It set their franchise back.
Yep. I'd have loved to seen that team in the NBA. Super John, Dr. J.
But Anthony, since you brought that up, I'm gonna close on this note here. Now you had you could have had a backcourt with Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, and Dallas let both of them go. Is that a bad move for the?
Yeah, that's why Nico Harrison's working at Dunkin' Donuts right now.
You will never get another job in NBA.
Yeah. you could have had probably the best backcourt right now with Jalen Brunson and Luka Doncic. Okay, for the Dallas.
I don't know if they'd work. I don't
think Jalen Brunson would have turned into Jalen Brunson playing with Luka though.
Right, exactly.
Luka football dominant.
The crazy thing is, this isn't the first time this happened to Dallas. Remember, they had Dirk and Steve Nash, and they let Nash wash the.
That's what I'm saying. But you guys are Knick guys.
That's for Jason Kidd though. That's understandable.
Earl the Pearl and Walt Frazier.
But this is different. This different. And Jerry, this is definitely different. Both of these guys is definitely ball hogs.
So was Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl?
No.
They played good together.
Yeah, they played good.
Was in Baltimore. The ball was in his hands all the time.
Brunson would have never been Brunson if he'd have stayed with Luka.
He'd have still been coming out the bench.
First of all, when he was with Luka, he came off the bench, didn't he?
Exactly.
He was young, though. He was young.
Came off.
They were the same age. They came in the same draft.
So when he got to the Knicks, he didn't have to come off no bench.
And matter of fact, Jalen Brunson older than Luka. Jalen Brunson stayed in college.
That's one thing.
He was a teenager when he came over.
I think that could have been a pretty good backcourt. That's what I'm
saying. But what messed them up? They got rid of both of them. They should at least kept one of them.
That's what I'm saying. They got rid of both of them. Dallas.
Yeah. They couldn't have kept both of them. It wouldn't have worked.
That was the dumbest trade in NBA history.
They got rid of both of them, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only mistake. They got rid of both of them.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of one or the other. They had to.
Obviously, they wasn't planning on playing them guys together to make them the great backcourt you're talking about. That's why they got rid of Brunson.
Exactly.
They didn't even try it, though.
Right. They had no plans on doing it.
That's my point. They didn't even try it.
It was a great backcourt, but to them, they had no plans.
Luka was their man. They were going to use Brunson as a backup.
Yeah.
That's why they traded Trey Young and Luka on draft night.
But Bruce.
Yep.
Didn't James Harden come off the bench for Oklahoma City when they went to the finals?
Who?
James Harden. When he went to OKC, when he went to the final with Westbrook and Kevin Durant, didn't he come off the bench? James Harden.
Yeah, he was like a second-year guy at the time.
That's what I'm saying. But then eventually he became a starter and became an MVP in the league. He became
not with them. He didn't. He had to leave. He went to Houston.
I'm not saying he did, but what I'm saying, James Harden was good enough to start at that time as well. He didn't start. So what I'm saying,
that's what we saying. That's what we saying about Brunson. We saying the same thing. Brunson is good enough to start.
They never gave him a chance, though, Bruce. They never even gave him a chance to even see.
Yeah, but and Jerry, are you saying that they was gonna bench Luka and start? That's what we saying. They had to get rid of one of them.
Let both of
they
them
couldn't
start.
play both of them starting together. They couldn't do it.
They didn't even consider it. That's the whole.
They didn't even consider it.
There's a whole history. There's a whole history of stuff like that. There was the Cleveland teams of the '80s that didn't get to the final, but a lot of people thought that they would. Remember, at one point they had a backcourt of Mark Price and Kevin Johnson. They let Kevin Johnson go.
Okay.
And he went on to Phoenix. It was part of those Phoenix teams with Barkley. There's a lot of crazy stuff like that.
It's almost 7:30. I'm not keep you guys on that, but they said the same thing about Luka and LeBron when they got Luka.
Oh, no.
That's totally different.
Yeah.
Go ahead and close us out, Jerry. I got to run.
Yeah. This is perfect time to close off. That couch waiting for him.
No, because Bruce in an argumental stage tonight. I don't know. He must have had a bad day. Bruce must have had a bad day today. He want to argue with me all night. No matter what I say,
I'm the only one keep you straight. The other guy let you slide. See, they know you're wrong. They know you're wrong, but they let you slide, see?
I still can't say
Come on, let's say prayer real quick, man. I got to go.
Thank you for another sports talk tonight, Lord. We had a great time as always. We thank you, Lord. Bless our viewers and those who's coming on Sports Talk, and everyone that's on the panel tonight, Father God, even the ones that couldn't make it. We give you all the glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. Hallelujah.
Amen.
All right, you guys. All right, Bruce, we both going to get on the couch. All right, you guys.
Yeah. Take a nap. Take a nap early tonight.
Take care, guys.
All right, you guys.